Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to our Peace Consumer YouTube channel. Today, you are going to hear the story about one of our consumers who was dealing with the company called Lockridge Homes. You all know that building a house is a complex thing. So we are hoping that after watching the video, you are going to share with us what you think and perhaps tell us about your own experience in a similar area. Enjoy the video and stay tuned for more.
Well, they built my home, and through the course of the first several months of ownership, there's always some cracks appear and some nails that pop or screws that pop out, and they wait till the 11th month to come out and fix that because there's a 1-year, basically bumper to bumper warranty. In the 11th month, they came out and I showed them a crack in the wall and where it appeared to me like the kitchen floor had sagged because there was a gap between the top of the cabinets and the ceiling. The company rep came out. His name is Kevin Vachon, and he did some repairs. He actually went under the house and jacked up the beam. He went up in the attic and did some work. He did this repetitively over the course of about 5 months. He was out here 3 or 4 times, taking a look at it and making the repairs. He did all the small cracks, the nail pops and those sorts of things. And it never really fixed the problem. He came out in the spring of 2014 after we had the house for a little over a year and said, I'm really going to beef this thing up and hopefully it takes care of it. He got it to go back to where it should be. And a few months later, the problem appeared again, although not as bad. And I contacted him again and Lockridge and was told that the company that built the home, Lockridge Homes AB, had gone out of business. And the warranty company was only the administrator of the warranty. The warranty was actually provided by the builder. And since they were out of business, I had no warranty. Contacted the guy I did the paperwork with that was the Lockridge representative when I bought the house. And he said, yes, that did happen. The guy, Kevin, who was coming out here and doing the repairs, had basically taken over the territory, and it was now Northern Construction. And he bought a different kind of a warranty with a bond, so it wouldn't ever happen again, but there really wasn't anything they could do for me because the person who had the Lockridge Homes AB, her name was Amy Bills, was out of business. And he said if I had a catastrophic failure that I could try to go to the state and see if there was some sort of relief I could get there. But bottom line was no one was coming out to do anything about the crack that appears every winter. And also the repairs that were done on the minor things, the nail pops and the cracks in the corners, that stuff never stayed. It just kept coming back. And so they told me there was nothing they could do for me.
When you started having these issues at the very beginning, how would you characterize your communication with customer service of Lockridge? Were they responsive? How did they treat you? Did they what kind of interactions you had with them?
I contacted the person I did the deal with. His name was Tex Curtis, and he referred basically all of my problems over to Kevin Vachon, who was the supervisor of the building of the house. He was the one who was in charge of the crew that built the home. And email and phone call responses were okay. Kevin came out a few times, like I said, but the problem never got fixed. And so even though they were telling a good story, they weren't fixing the problem.
Now, if we were to estimate the amount of money, Nick, that you are currently out of your pocket because of Lockridge Homes, what would you estimate that figure be? Just ballpark.
I've not had the damage estimated to be repaired, so I really don't know what it will cost me if I ever go to sell the house. But someone's going to come in here. They're going to see the jacks in the crawl space underneath the house that's holding up the kitchen, and they're going to go up in the attic and see the repairs that were made. And I'm pretty certain that I'm either going to have to hire someone to do a permanent fix with a warranty, or I won't be able to sell the property. So I don't know what that cost is going to be, but I would imagine it's going to be, $10,000 to $20,000 at least.
Well, thank you very much for telling me these facts and for answering these questions. Now, let me ask you this. Why did you decide to go online with this story?
Well, I'm mad. I am pissed, and I don't know. And I told Tex Curtis, I bought the house from Lockridge. If they hired someone as a builder and then basically concealed that in the paperwork, because I was writing checks to Lockridge Homes AB. I went to the Lockridge Homes people. I got everything said Lockridge. I'm sure in the contract it says, that Amy Bills is Lockridge Homes AB, but that's not the point. Is I bought my house from Lockridge, and Lockridge is not standing behind the quality of the work that was done by the person they hired to build the house. And that would be like saying when you buy a car that the dealership is responsible for the quality of the car, not the manufacturer. I mean, it's the same kind of thing in my mind. Lockridge should have sent a crew out here, should have repaired the home, or should have compensated me in some other way. And they made no attempt to do that. It was just, oh, you don't have any warranty, bye.
Now, you mentioned the compensation. That leads me to my next question. Let's imagine, and I know it's been 3 years since the last time you talked to this folk. What if Lockridge, for whatever reason, has a moment of divine intervention and decides to do something for you to remedy the situation? At this point, where we are today, what would you think make you feel better about the whole story?
Well, I would like someone to come out, do an inspection, decide what permanent fixes need to be put in place, and make the permanent repairs, and then give us some sort of consideration for the heartache and pain in the butt that we've had, and the fact that we've had to stare at this thing and explain it to house guests. I mean, this thing happens in the wintertime. So at Christmas, when the family comes over, everyone looks and sees these cracks in the wall, and I have to explain it every year. And it's embarrassing, it's frustrating, and it shouldn't have ever happened. I worry that there's going to be some sort of failure. I mean, that's in the back of my mind ever since they told me there's no warranty. And if there is some sort of failure in the house, then it's going to be an argument between the homeowner's insurance and me. And I don't know, I would be potentially having to come out of pocket for some significant repairs. And I shouldn't have to worry about that.